Well, I've been looking at this gun for about, I think, at least 2 months, probably 2 months now, and just staring at it at the gun shop where I work, and I seen one get sold, and then we didn't have it, and then we got another one in. They're kind of pricey, so they sit for a while before they sell. And I looked at that one for about another 4 weeks, picking it up, looking at it, sniffing it, petting it, everything, holding it, and I'm like, I want this gun so bad, but man, I don't want to put that kind of money out for this gun. So I kept saying, nah, I'm not gonna buy it. Nah. I've been wanting one. You can even ask IBS Ron. Sorry, Ron, you haven't been here so long, I forgot your name. It's really early in the morning. It's 7:30. I'm trying to squeeze a video in before I have to get to work. So Ron has the 40 caliber. I'm not going to make you wait too long before you see it. This is an HK. I'm a big fan of HK. They are, I mean, come on, they're super high quality. The reason why you don't see a lot of people buying HKs is because, and I think this is the reason, you could get a gun probably just as reliable as a Glock, for $500, with tax and all, $550 out the door. You can get one of the most reliable law enforced used guns there is a Glock. But there's still agencies that don't use Glock and use HK and all that, if you're into all that stuff. And then there's guys that just are HK fans like me. This is the I can't think. This is the P30 in 9mm. It's brand new. Alright, I haven't done a box opening in a long time, so I figure I'll do one, show you what it comes with. Usually I skip all that and take everything out. This comes with a lot of stuff. This is a beautiful gun. I already shot it. I got the target. I'll show you that in a minute. I didn't do a video at the gun range because there was a lot of people there, and you know how that irritates me. So, but we will do a shooting video. Don't worry about that. Shot very well with it. Let's get the overall look. Let's get it out of here. Just the style of the gun. I mean, it's probably one of the nicest looking polymer guns there is that I've ever seen. What I love about this P30 is the stippling. You don't have to get this sent out. You don't have to get some guy to stipple your grip or your frame. It's very aggressive. It's like sandpaper. Now, this polymer gun, hands down, is probably the most comfortable gun you'll ever hold in your hand. Even, I'm going to say out of all guns. Out of any gun I ever held in my hand, this is ergonomically perfect. It really is. As soon as you put your hand on it, as soon as you put your finger around that grip, it feels like it's part of your arm. I don't want to sound, like one of them guys. I don't know, but it really does. It's amazing. Another thing I like about it, which I'm into now, because I was never into weight. I didn't care about weight with a gun, but now that I work with a gun on my hip for like 10 hours a day, really it's like 12 hours a day if you count the driving and staying late and cleaning up and all that. So weight is definitely an important thing, and I find myself wearing my Glock more than any other gun because I don't want to be yanking my pants up all day long, so this is a really light gun. It actually feels like, you're like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not gonna weigh it. I don't know if it's lighter than the Glock 19, but I'll tell you what, it's about the same size as the Glock 19. Let's see. Yep. Same size as the Glock 19. And for the first time, I'm seeing this, a Glock that's the same size, another gun manufacturer that's the same size as a Glock holding just as many rounds as the Glock. This holds 15 plus 1 rounds, so does the Glock 19. Excellent magazines HK has. They're badass. They're black, they're not shiny, they're flat black, which I like. I don't like shiny things on tactical guns. And it's cool, big thing here, made in Germany. Their magazines are about $40 to $50 a piece, but they're very high quality. And you get 2 of them. So they give you 2 15 round mags. Another thing that's really cool about this gun is you can replace every strap. Okay, you can replace the back strap. You can replace, I think you can replace the front strap. You can totally customize these to fit your hand. Right now, the stock where HK has on them feels pretty good to me in my hand. As long as I can get my hand around here and my finger can touch my thumb, that's a nice slim grip. I don't need it any slimmer. If I want it fatter, I think they have, looks like they have the medium slider on here. Here's the large. I might try to slide that large on one day just to see if it's feels better. But all you do is, I think, looks like here, is push that pin out and this probably just slides off. And you can change these. You can change, well, here's another size. That's the small. So they got it comes with the medium on it. So you got medium, small, medium, and large. And then it has the side panels. So some will swell out more than others. So you get, additional sides. The wrong one, dumbass. Additional side panel if you want to make the grip more fuller in your hand. Look at that. And like I said, sandpaper like stippling, so you don't have to worry about all that. Well, you shouldn't. Gun costs a lot of money, and there's a lot of reasons why. I have a video on an up close video on an HK showing you why they cost the money they do. What I love about this HK is it has a rail on it that will pretty much accept anything. The other HK, some of them you have to get their light and stuff, but not with this one. I don't think, because to me it looks like your typical Picatinny rail. Wish I had something to throw on there real quick, but I'm lazy. Now, if you look at the USP, look at the rail. It doesn't have the teeth. It has this slot, and pretty sure you have to use HK's light with that one. I might be wrong. Okay, so that's everything that comes with it. So let's get this out of here. HK comes with a decent case. It ain't no better than anybody's else. Just a plastic case. Not bad. Pretty good quality case. Now what I like about this is, the problem I have with the USP is I don't like this thumb safety. It gets on my nerves. If it was just a, I don't know, if it was just a thumb safety, I guess it would be okay, but because it's also a decocker, I'm always afraid if I have to use it, I might decock the gun and then might have to pull the trigger again if something should go down. But other than that, this is definitely a heavier gun. I know this is also loaded, but I could tell it's got a bigger, chunky slide. I like the looks of the USP, and it's probably my only 40 I have right now. So I always wanted to have at least 2 HKs, 2 different models. These are totally different from each other. Very, very nice. I shoot pretty good with this one too. But this one, what I like over it, it doesn't have anything on the sides. There's nothing gets in the way of my grip. There's no thumb safeties at all. There's no decocker, nothing. There's a decocker, but it's in a good spot. It's in a spot where it doesn't get in your way. Okay? So here is the hammer, and I like the exposed hammer for the option of me putting it in single action if I want. And then it has a little decocker right here, which lets you safely lower the hammer down on a live round. See what I'm saying? So if I'm going to work and chamber around, put one in the chamber, safely lower my decocker, put my mag in, and that's how I would carry. Very good. So it gives me, what I like about the exposed hammer is, if I draw my weapon and I don't want that long trigger pull, it gives me the option to easily just pull that hammer back like that. So I can't do that with this. I have, because the hammer is shrouded, you can't pull it. I have to go through that long trigger pull first before I take the single action shot. So I like the hammer. I like that. That's an upgrade to the other HK. It has ambidextrous slide releases on both sides, and what's cool about that is when you disassemble this, and I'll just do it now, when you disassemble this, all you have to do, always check the chamber, rack that back like that, and all you gotta do is push this button right here. Sorry, I'm a dork face. You have to pull the slide back. There's a slide stop notch and a takedown notch. So what you do is just pull the slide back, line that up right there, and from the other side, just push the button, push that button in, and then pull this out as far as it can. Now it's not going to come out. That's what's cool about it. It stays there. It just rises up and stays there. And then just take the slide off, and then see how that works. That neat? That's cool. I like that, because this won't drop it on the floor. When you're fat and drop something on the floor, it may take you a while to get it. Okay, so there's one for the fat boys right there. You won't have to lose any parts. And of course, HK's typical beautiful recoil reduction system they have. This is their patent, their buffer they put in there, and it stops the steel from banging into each other, and it cushions it, and it helps the recoil. And pretty cool. It's got a flat spring in there, which is probably one of the best springs you can put in the gun. It keeps its memory, and it's very, very simple to take down. You just give it a little nudge. It's so simple. Same thing as any other gun. Barrel comes right out. As you know, guys, HK have a polygonal barrel, so it doesn't have rifling in the barrel. So it's an advanced barrel the way it's designed. I did put 50 rounds through it, and why do I forget how this goes in? I shot pretty good with it for the first time, so I was impressed how I shot with it for the first time. I was like, because it does have a weird trigger. It's definitely a trigger that you have to get used to. If you're a Glock guy and you're used to Glocks, sorry, I'm skipping stuff. Just slide that back on, line up the notch again, and just boom, push that right in, and it's back together. You don't have to pull the trigger, nothing. Very nice single action trigger pull. It gets tight. It's a little bit of a sponge. Bam, trigger breaks very nice. What was I saying? I lost myself. See what I do? But other than that, it shot great. I like the right. Some guns look shitty with writing on them, but the way they have it and the way it looks very, very cool. Another thing it does, this is pretty neat. It has high visible sights on it. Now I know you can't see it because of this friggin' light I have in here. But these sights, they're like real high fluorescent. They're like lime color. Lime. Okay? So real bright light green. But when you do this, shine a light on them for a couple seconds. Say you're in the dark, and they still glow in the dark, but not real bright. But if you do this for a second, I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't. Let's turn the light off. See them glowing? The camera sucks, so it ain't going to show you how great they glow. But they glow. They light up. They look like they have batteries in them. That's how much they friggin' light up. I mean, they friggin' light up big time, man. And that's pretty cool. It lasts a pretty long time. So, I mean, is that something you need? No. But is it cool? Yes, the cool factor is definitely cool. But even if you don't put the light on them, you can see them at night, very dimly, but you can see them. So they're pretty cool. So they absorb any light, but if you put a real intense light, they light up like green little flashlights. Unbelievable. Put it this way. See your night sights you have? If you have night sights, when you shine a light on them, they shine about 10 times brighter than that. Minimum 10 times brighter. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I don't know what kind of sights they're called. I'm sure one of you guys will tell me. Let's get the target. Okay, this is about 12 yards out, which is first time shooting with this gun. 12 yards out, and of course I got some flyers. Definitely is the trigger getting used to. I'm really used to the Glock's trigger. The thing with the Glock's trigger is it has no play or slop after it resets. The HK, even Sig Sauer, even my Beretta, after the reset, there's still slop, which is fine. It's just something you got to get used to. But as you can see, first time shooting it at 12 yards, 9mm, 90% of it's not only in the red, in the friggin' bullseye. So even though the trigger is different, it's something I'm really not used to. If you use the same fundamentals when you're shooting, pull the trigger without disturbing the sights, trigger control, I can't say it enough, and proper grip, you can shoot any gun accurate. Is it harder for me to shoot this accurate than the Glock? Yeah, because I'm not used to it yet. I don't have a lot of trigger time with HKs. They have a strange feeling trigger. It's just the way it feels. But it didn't affect my accuracy with my shooting. So as long as I can do that, I'm happy with that. Okay. The brass was ejecting. Looked good to me. I try to pay attention to everything at the same time while I'm shooting. I'm like using my peripheral vision to see the brass as I'm shooting and all. Because you know it's a new gun. You're nervous, and you know me. I got bad luck with guns. If there's a bad one, I'm the one that gets it. I always get the bad one. But it went 50 rounds, of course, flawless. And I have to say, out of all the guns I ever owned, I've had HKs for years, and I've never witnessed any of my HKs ever malfunctioning, ever. You know, knock on some friggin' wood. Every other gun I've experienced some kind of malfunction, so I don't know what that means. I got good luck with HKs. I don't know if that means they're a better gun. I don't know what that means. That's all I can tell you. That's the truth. So look at that, how beautiful that thing shoots. That's pretty much it. Hope you liked the video. Depending on where you live, these are between 8 to 1,000. I don't, you know, depending on your gun store and your area. All right, guys. I'll see you later. I hope to get this video up today. Talk to you soon.